Yo, yo, yo to the yo, yo, yo for you. I made it. Okay, let's get my volume at about the right place where it should go. Thank you very much. Hi to everyone on YouTube, and thank you to the replay viewers. My name is BeautyBubble, and you can follow me here on YouTube. Of course, I'd love for you to subscribe to the channel. I'll get that out right away. Please subscribe to the channel. There are very few subscribers that I have, and I'm on kind of a subscriber push, so I'm going to encourage you throughout the broadcast to subscribe. Number two, we want to quickly get a disclaimer put out, and let's see how I can do that successfully without changing up the window. But I think I'm going to have to change up the window. Darn it. You want to look at the description box. The disclaimer is in the description box, but I'll make sure that I read through at some point during the broadcast that you understand that this is for entertainment purposes only. This is for educational purposes only. Nothing is to be implied at all by the charts that I'm showcasing, or once we get into the BabyPips website, that this is financial advice whatsoever. So there'll be a nice deep disclaimer on this. And especially to anyone that follows the BabyPips as the website, I'm bringing this to you to run through the BabyPips.com, the modules as quickly as we can to see if there is any interest whatsoever in literally going through the coursework so that we can stay on task. BabyPips.com has been something that many, many hundreds of traders that I know of that I have shared the BabyPips.com website with, that encouraging people to run through their modules because it's very easy to understand and simple, and they use the TradingView widgets. So I want to kind of, get it archived, at least in my lifespan on YouTube, that I did go through the modules. So that's what we plan on doing. And about every 10 or 15 minutes, we'll go ahead and kind of take a break so that we can see how much information we can fit in 10 to 15 minutes. So we'll be kind of cutting things up over time. And then also see what we might be able to do once I do the read through, where there might be like good opportunities to insert more questions, especially the ones that I've received over time, get your questions asked and answered based on the coursework, so that we can maybe go back to the charts and make sure that you understand everything that they have to offer over at BabyPips.com. If there's anything that I've forgotten, I'll make sure to put everything in the description. It's pretty deep the way that it is, but I have a Google Plus, and if you look at my Google Plus, you'll also see that the entire description box that is shared on the YouTube will also be over on Google Plus. So I think that that's going to work out pretty well. But of course, the deal of the day is that Bitcoin now is trading at 31.75, and there'll only be one chart that I'll be showcasing, and that's the Bitcoin, the BTC USD Coinbase pair. Don't be concerned so much about the chart that you're looking at. Maybe what we'll do over time is I will just showcase the most simple chart, and but because the BabyPips has a widget of its own, I'm going to be taking you guys over there so that you have your own chart in front of you. This is my working chart, and it's a little bit more complex. It's not to put anyone off, but I'm not going to be rebuilding charts on my end. We're going to let BabyPips do some of the work and then let you do the learning, if that makes sense. Okay. The one thing that I want to make sure of, though, is that we are live over on YouTube. So I'll go ahead and I'll stop screen sharing for just a moment. Go ahead and do that, and then you'll see that I'm on voice for a little bit, and we'll make sure that, number one, we'll get through our disclaimer. Please be advised that all content in this chart and all charts are meant for entertainment and educational purposes only. Trading the stock, bond, currency, commodity, and futures markets can be rewarding, but it is also risky. Be aware that you can lose money and in some ways lose more money than you have. It can also be profitable, but not without significant risks. You are responsible for your own independent investment transactions. Charts that are shown are not an investment advisory service. I encourage you to seek professional advice in regard to your own financial decisions. Information you may get from any of the charts shown and its discussion in chat rooms or in the chat box inside of the YouTube video may not reflect my opinions. The chart and its content is not a solicitation, nor an offer for professional advice, nor is it an offer to buy or sell stocks, bonds, currency, commodities, cryptocurrencies, and or futures. So that's a disclaimer as it stands right now. You also notice, however, that inside of the description, I do have a Bitcoin address. This is very typical among cryptocurrency people. The tribe of cryptocurrency is to share our addresses with you. If you'll notice over at other YouTube videos, they will have cryptocurrency addresses for all of the cryptocurrency addresses that are out there. Mine is simply for Bitcoin. And you can grab that link there and drop it over to Blockstream. I might even put that in there so that you can see the history of my wallet. And so that is very typical, but I do want to let you know that that is not a solicitation to thank me with BTC. Okay. Let's know about that so that we can go ahead and X out of. In today's video, we are going to, first of all, I just talk about what I'm interested in. This is what I'm interested in today. But generally, the work that I do on YouTube is a puree of beauty, technology, financial markets, fashion, and books. So you can pretty much expect just about anything. As long as I'm interested and passionate about it, I will bring it to YouTube. I try not to be too boring or dull about the things that interest me. Obviously, if it's of no interest to you, please feel free to drop out. In this video today, I'm going to be walking through the BabyPips.com website, the Beginner's Guide to FX Trading, with a special focus on cryptocurrency charting. This is going to be a rapid-fire run-through of the course modules and how to navigate the site for maximum results. At times, the video may be in audio only or in pause for breaks approximately every 10 to 15 minutes. Now, we started at 9:40, so it's coming into 10 minutes in just right now. So we'll go another 5 minutes and then we'll take a break. The content value on a scale of 1 to 10, there has been no preparation or script written, and the quality of production is very low. So it has been pre-rated at a 2. Pre-rated at a 2. So I'll give you an opportunity, but if you want to go ahead and jump out of the video right now, you are happy to do so. It is live. It's broadcasted live. You'll notice that there's no editing, and there will be no editing in the final product. When we eventually take a look back and see the modules that we can run through, there will be no editing features. That's why it's probably important that we take advantage of the chat. So speaking of the chat, let's go over there. Well, the trade is at 31.7739, and we have not a whole lot of activity in the chart today, which is giving us an opportunity to run through BabyPips.com. And let's make sure that we're live over at YouTube. I'll do that real quickly. And make sure. And we are. And we'll open it up, and let's put it on mute right away. And we are by ourselves. That's good. Okay, and the one watching would be myself. And everything is in the description. That looks really good there. The only thing that I need to change is the end hashtag. Okay, so we'll get to that a little bit later. I can go ahead and pop out my chat, which I'll do right now. There we go. We'll bring the chat down. Get out of the window. And bring down my chart as well. What we'll do is we'll take the chart up, we'll bring it down, get rid of our Google Plus, so that we're only looking at BabyPips once we go live here. Go back to the Hangout. Okay. All right, let's take a little bit of a break while I set up the screen share. And we'll go with the application window, which is the BabyPips and share. Present to everyone, and that should be it right there. Present to everyone. Okay. Zoom it down for just a moment. Make sure that we can see it okay. Open it up a little bit over here. Close all that in. Okay. And then our chat. Where's our chat? Put that on the chat. Let's see. So that's the chat. Okay. And here we go. 1, 3, 2, 1. Here we go again. Yo, yo, yo to the yo, yo, yo for you. I made it. How is everybody today? I'm hoping that you're well. Thank you to the replay viewers. It's very nice for you to stop by and see what in the world I've been up to. And we are going to go back to the basics. We are visiting now BabyPips.com. So easy to go to. BabyPips.com. The Beginner's Guide to Forex Trading. And what would you find out today? Once we go over to rates, you'll see that they do have all of the cryptocurrency. I think they have some Kraken products, and they have some charts over there. So that's why we're getting re-encouraged to come over to BabyPips, because I have realized that a lot of people have visited the site, but not a lot of people have gone through the educational modules. And that's what we want to make sure that you do. It's popular. It's a free online course. There are videos on YouTube, but what I'm hoping is that maybe my style of getting in there and going through the modules and then working up Q&A might be of benefit to everyone, myself and others. So it's not only kind of something a little selfish for me to go through this, but also we think that maybe it will be useful to the cryptocurrency traders that are interested in learning how to chart. There's a lot of verbiage and very interesting things over here at BabyPips that may help you, okay? All right, so you'll notice at the very beginning that they have a news, trading, education, community, calendar, rates. I'm going to start off with rates so that you can make sure that you've always got a chart in front of you, okay? So we're going to go to rates. Let the rates page load, and you'll notice keep up to date with live rates for the cryptocurrency markets. Delayed rates for commodities and major indices are also provided. You would select a symbol from any of the quote boards to see a real-time chart with any relevant news and insight. So you'll notice that BabyPips, because they are Forex-centric, will go through their currencies. And these are all the pairs that they highlight. The commodities, that would be your crude, your gas, your corn, your gold, your silver, your coffee, aluminum, your indices, the S&P 500, the DAX, the NASDAQ, the Hang Seng, the Sensex, the Topix, etc. And look at what we have here, the cryptocurrency. So we have the XBT Euro, the pound, ETH USD, the euro, the pound, and then the ETH. Why do I always forget what pair that's called? Okay, so that's a good example of being tongue-tied and forgetting what the name of the counterparty. That's what that one is, the XBT. All right, so if you open this up, look at what happens. We'll go with the We'll go with the ETH-USD pair, if you don't mind, because a lot of people that do ask me about this pair. And once we open it up, you're going to notice in a very fun way that you have a chart right here. And what I'm going to do right now for you guys is really run through the very basics of the chart. This is a trading view chart. This chart is provided in a very default way of what you would get if you were to go to tradingview.com. And you'll hear me talk a lot about tradingview.com. This is a widget. However, in the widget, we can take it to right now it's on a 1 hour time frame, which is a 1 hour candle. That means the high, open, low, close is over an hour's worth of time. What I'll do is I'll open up the chart a little bit so that you can see that each one of these candles represents, you'll notice up here, the open print or price, the high print or price, the low print or price, and the close print or price. Now I say print or price because you'll hear often traders will say, and the print was, or it printed at, or it even painted at. But what they're referring to is at the price, okay, the price to these things. And we come up with all sorts of wonderful ways of expressing the same thing. But each of these bars represents the open, the high, the low, and the close. And each bar represents what happened to price in an hour's worth of activity. I'll open this up even a little bit further so you can see better. So each one of these bars represents on time plot an hour's worth of activity. Okay, boom, boom, boom. The window here is an hour, but we can change it to a 30-minute bar. Now, each two bars represents an hour's worth of trade, but each single bar represents 30 minutes. And TradingView gives us a countdown. So we are waiting for this countdown clock to come in and give us there it is, the 29-minute 56 seconds. So you have to wait for, especially if we hit it on the top of the hour, you have to wait for TradingView to give you the countdown. So as this candle starts to print prices, then this candle will fill in. It will have a shadow above and a shadow below, and then price in between. It will have a finishing color. So right now the color started off as green, which means that there was buying that came in, and it's higher than the candle previously. Okay? Buying came in with the higher candle coming in previously. Now you can see that it's changing to red. That means that there is selling going on. Once again, the 30-minute bar. So we'll drop it down though from the 30-minute, because their default goes from an hour, 30 to 1 minute. So let's go into the 1 minute. I'm only going to show this to you, not to suggest that you are trading inside of the 1 minute, but so that you can see that every single minute of every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and this is what makes cryptocurrency so intoxicating, is that there is a trade going on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, non-stop. So we're looking at a very, very minimal, that when the candle was here, this is what's called a four-way doji, which means that there's not much trading going on. The open, the high, low, and the close were generally at exactly the same price. Now we see a little bit of a sell-off coming in, and the red comes in on the 1 minute. So 60 of these bars would represent what happened in an hour. Right? 30 of these 1 minute bars would represent 30 minutes. And so forth and so on. So we'll go back to the 1 hour bar, okay? Because we're going to stay in the 1 hour bar while we do the BabyPips. This is their default. And we know now on the right axis that we know prices at $258 spot, or 11 cents 501, or 250. Sometimes I can't read because of my screen here. 258 and 11 cents. You can take a picture of this chart. You can share this chart as well. So there's some cool things that you can do with the widget. The widget is also good because up above here, we can do all sorts of things, such as use the indicators. We can do comparisons. We can change some bits of the widget through the candles, the area, the bars, and I think that they give you some bar styles as well, point figure. It looks like their default is area and just the simple candles. Okay, so I hope that that helps. That's why we did go to the rate section of BabyPips.com rates, and you'll notice that we're on the ETH USD Kraken trade right now. Okay, so that's where we are. I'll go back over to the web page, and we'll keep the widget on, because over time what will happen is that you'll have multiple tabs that will come across so that you can scroll in and out of your trade. Okay? We'll go ahead and exit out so that we don't get too much fan noise. And then we'll look at the pop-up of we can pop out of the, all right, so now we're looking at 10:04 and we've gone through the rates tab. Okay, so we got through that. All right, then we're going to go ahead and go into the education tab. Real simple stuff, education. Tells you how to trade Forex. You've got some trading quizzes and the glossary. 3 things: how to trade, trading quizzes, and Forex glossary. But you'll notice that in the title of my video is that what I want to help you do is learn how to chart. So we're going to substitute this whole idea of that we're going to go through the how to trade Forex to how to chart cryptocurrency. We're still going to go through all the modules, but I just want to make sure that at the top of this and at the very end of it, not only will you have gone through BabyPips and then you can go through and do your own study, but that at the end of it, you'll know so much more and you'll know how to chart cryptocurrency, okay? So we're not focused so much on Forex. All right, so we just start the course right here. Just right here, we're going to start the course. And we're going to start and read. Welcome. Are you new to trading cryptocurrency? The School of Pipsology is our free online course that helps beginners learn how to trade cryptocurrency. If you've always wanted to learn to trade but have no idea where to begin, then this course is for you. You can also track your progress, and this is kind of cool. And you do have to sign in order to do that. We are not going to be doing that during this read-through of the modules. Wish there was a way to keep track of lessons you've completed? Wish is granted. Just sign in to unlock this feature, and we'll display helpful markers and meters along the way, showing just how much you've accomplished. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say about this markers and meters. This is kind of cool. Markers and meters, because how in the world are we going to do that? Because part of the issue is, how do you journal or have your own markers and meters when learning how to chart cryptocurrency? And we'll make it plural, okay? Markers and meters, how do you do that? All right, get started. Preschool, and this seems kind of silly, but it's okay. So we're in the preschool module right now, and we're going to go ahead and start the course. I hope everybody can still see. Let me go into the Hangout just to make sure. Pretty sure you guys can see everything here. Can you or can't you? Oh yeah, you can see fine. You can see good. All right. All right, so this is describing what Forex is, and we'll go ahead and we'll go through this because I don't have a read through as to how I could say what is cryptocurrency, and it's not like we're trying to rewrite what BabyPips is up to. Think the stock market is huge? Think again. Learn about the largest financial market in the world and how to trade it. The modules are what is traded in Forex, buying and selling currency pairs, Forex market size and liquidity, and the different ways to trade Forex. So we'll go through those again. What is traded in Forex, buying and selling currency pairs, Forex market size and liquidity, and the different ways to trade Forex. And we're just going to go right into the module. Here we go. You'll notice that each of the module has its own URL, right up here. So what we can do is we can grab this, go ahead and put it in the chat, and we'll make sure that we know that each of the modules has its own, because that's where we're at right now. If anybody that's coming in, I can do a timestamp too. At 10:08. What is traded in Forex? The simple answer is money, M-O-N-E-Y, because you're not buying anything physical. Forex trading can be confusing because you are not buying anything physical. Think of buying a currency as buying a share in a particular country, kind of like buying a stock of a company. The price of the currency is usually a direct reflection of the market's opinion on the current and future health of its respective economy. Read that again. The price of the currency is usually a direct reflection of the market's opinion on the current and future health of its respective economy. In Forex trading, when you say the Japanese yen, you are basically buying a share in the Japanese economy. You are betting that the Japanese economy is doing well and will even get better as time goes on. Once you sell those shares back to the market, hopefully you will end up with a profit. In general, the exchange rate of a currency versus other currencies is a reflection of the condition of that country's economy compared to other countries' economies. By the time you graduate from the School of Pipsology, you'll be eager to start working with currencies. Now, these are the major currencies. And you'll notice now you're going to learn about symbol, the country, the currency, and the nickname. This goes all into the verbiage of things. The US dollar, the symbol is USD. It serves the United States. The currency is the dollar. The nickname is buck. Same thing with the euro. It serves the Eurozone. The currency is the euro, and the nickname is the fiber or fiber. JPY is Japan, yen, and so forth and so on, all the way down to the New Zealand dollar, or known as the Kiwi. So the nicknames, right? And if you've listened, you'll hear most likely in a currency, any forum that's discussing the Forex and also cryptocurrency, you'll run across people that will talk about, did you see what the yen did today, or did you see what the cable did today, or did you see what the Aussie dollar did today? And so it's a very good, plan to make sure that you understand the nicknames. So that's sort of kind of why they call this kindergarten too, okay? Currency symbols always have 3 letters, where the first 2 letters identify the name of the country, and the 3rd letter identifies the name of that country's currency. Take the NZD, for instance. NZ stands for New Zealand, while the D stands for the dollar. Easy enough, right? The currencies included in the chart above are called the majors because they are most widely traded ones. We'd also like to let you know that buck isn't the only nickname for the USD. There's also greenbacks, bones, Benjis, Benjamins, cheddar, paper loot, Skrilla, cheese, bread, moolah, dead presidents, and cash, money. So if you wanted to say, I have to go to work now, instead you said, yo, I gotta bounce, gotta make them Benjis, son. Or if you wanted to say, I have lots of money, let's go to the shopping mall in the evening. Instead, why not say, yo, I got smad Skrilla, I'm headed to the mall later. Did you also know that in Peru, a nickname for the US dollar is Coco, which is a pet name for Jorge, or George in Spanish, a reference to the portrait of George Washington on the dollar note. They call me Coco, yo. Okay? That's it. That's one module. Didn't take very long. So are there any questions that we would have? Do we all understand what is traded in the Forex? Do we follow all of that? Do you now know that the major currencies are called the majors for a reason, and how the nicknames are broken down or the symbols are broken down? Let's make sure that everybody kind of gets that. And then in 1 minute, we'll take a little bit of a break. And that is lesson number 1. What is traded in Forex? So we could do a side-by-side, I guess, of what is traded in cryptocurrency. So we might want to think about that. All right. And we'll go to the next course here, which is buying and selling currency pairs. Buying and selling currency pairs. Second preschool module, buying and selling currency pairs. We'll grab the URL, we'll put it in our chat, pop-out chat, and this will be the next module. And time is now 10:15. So yeah, it's about, but by the time we get things open and going, it might be, I can't imagine we're going to spend 15 minutes per module. That would be crazy. I don't know about that. I have to see. All right. But we'll get through here anyway. Okay, module number 2, buying and selling currency pairs. Forex trading is a simultaneous buying of one currency and selling another. Currencies are traded through a broker or dealer and are traded in pairs. For example, the euro and the US dollar, also known as the euro over US dollar, or the British pound and the Japanese yen, also known as the GBP over JPY. When you trade in the Forex market, you buy or sell in currency pairs. Imagine each currency pair constantly in a tug of war with each currency on its own side of the rope. Exchange rates fluctuate based on which currency is stronger at the moment. Major currency pairs. The currency pairs listed below are considered the majors. These pairs all contain the US dollar on one side and are the most frequently traded. The majors are the most liquid and widely traded currency pairs in the world. We want to make sure that we understand that. The majors are the most liquid and widely traded currency pairs in the world. This will become, I think, maybe more important to you guys later. Majors are the most liquid and widely traded currency pairs in the world. So this question here for us could be, how do you determine which cryptocurrency majors are the most liquid and widely traded pairs in the world? How do we do that? Here we go. Put that in the chat. So we have the currency pair, countries, and FX geek speak. FX meaning Forex. That's something that they really didn't follow, did they? They didn't let you know that FX means Forex. So the currency pair is the Euro USD. The countries that it serves is the Eurozone to the United States, also known as the Euro dollar. The USD over Japan is the United States over Japan, or known as the dollar yen. We'll jump down to the US dollar CAD pair. The US dollar, US over Canada, also known as the dollar loonie. And then New Zealand dollar over the US dollar is known as the Kiwi dollar. Major cross-currency pairs or minor currency pairs. Currency pairs that don't contain the US dollar are known as cross-currency pairs, or simply as the crosses. Major crosses are also known as minors. The most actively traded crosses are derived from the three major non-USD currencies, which would be the euro, the JPY, and the British pound. So here are the euro crosses. The euro Swiss, what's known as the euro Swissy, the euro CAD, known as the euro loonie, the euro New Zealand dollar, which is known as the euro Kiwi. For the yen crosses, as the example, you would have the Swiss over the Japan, known as the Swissy yen, or the Australian over the yen, which is known as the Aussie yen. Okay. Next up are the pound crosses. The pair, as the example, is the British pound to the Australian dollar, known as the pound Aussie, and so forth. And then the other crosses would be Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. So more boutique. They're not exotic pairs, but we'll get to that in just a moment. Exotic pairs are right coming up next. Other crosses would be the ones that you're seeing here. And then here are the exotic pairs. No exotic pairs are not exotic belly dancers who happen to be twins. Exotic currency pairs are made up of one major currency paired with the currency of an emerging economy, such as Brazil, Mexico, or Hungary. The chart below contains a few examples of exotic currency pairs. Want to take a shot at guessing what those other currency symbols stand for? Depending on your Forex broker, you may see the following exotic currency pairs, so it's good to know what they are. Keep in mind that these pairs aren't as heavily traded as the majors or crosses, so the transaction costs associated with trading these pairs are usually bigger. So these are the exotics. The US dollar Singapore, the US dollar Thailand, the US dollar SEK, the US dollar Norway. These are the exotics. It's not unusual to see spreads that are 2 or 3 times bigger than that of the euro US dollar or even the US dollar JPY. So if you want to trade exotic currency pairs, remember to factor this in to your decision. So what we'll do is that this is the first time that we're hearing of the word spreads. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put that in the chat. That we'll look at that for the glossary. The word spread or spreads, the spread or spreads. Okay, there we go. All right, and it's 10:21, and that was so 6 minutes to get us to that. I think that's the end. Yeah, because its next lesson is Forex market size and liquidity. So we were able to shave off a little bit of time with that one at 10:22. Okay, so we're doing okay. I'll go back up to the top and make sure that everybody understands that, hi everybody, you're listening to BeautyBubble as we go through BabyPips.com, the website. For this reason, for cryptocurrency traders that are wanting to learn how to chart cryptocurrency pairs. That's what this is all about. So we're literally going through each and every module from BabyPips. We are not representing BabyPips. There should be no inference that we are representing BabyPips. We're just using it as a guide and a real kind of encouragement for you guys to go through their modules. Don't just give it lip service. Go ahead and go through it. And I thought, well, if we can run through it and find out exactly like how long it takes and what are the questions that really need to be asked and answered based on cryptocurrency and how the BabyPips can help us understand a little bit better, then, I think that I've brought some value with this because I've mentioned BabyPips so many times to so many traders, and I'm just not sure that everyone has really done their homework. All right, so that's where we're at with that. Let me get the pop out again. And that works on that. And how many more modules do we have to go through? Okay, so 2 more modules gets us through the very first one, what is Forex? So why don't we go ahead and start with the 3rd module. We'll put that URL in our chat. So we know this is the module right there. And Forex market size and liquidity. We're still in preschool, by the way, guys. Unlike other financial markets like the New York Stock Exchange, also known as the NYSE, that's the New York Stock Exchange, or the London Stock Exchange, also known as the LSE, the Forex market has neither a physical location nor a central exchange. The Forex market is considered an OTC, or interbank market, due to the fact that the entire market, listen to this now, the entire market is run electronically within a network of banks continuously over a 24-hour period. This means that the spot Forex market is spread all over the globe with no central location. Trades can take place anywhere as long as you have an internet connection. The Forex OTC market is by far the biggest and most popular financial market in the world, traded globally by a large number of individuals and organizations. In the OTC market, participants determine who they want to trade with depending on trading conditions, the attractiveness of prices, and reputation of the trading counterparty. I'm going to read through that again. In the OTC market, participants determine who they want to trade with depending on trading conditions, the attractiveness of prices, and reputation of the trading counterpart. The chart below shows the 7 most actively traded currencies. The dollar is the most traded currency, taking up 84.9% of all transactions. The euro's share is second at 39.1%, while that of the yen is a third of that at 19%. As you can see, most of the major currencies are hogging the top spots on the list. And here's a chart that shows the US dollar, the euro, the yen, the British pound, the Aussie dollar, the Swiss franc, the CAD dollar, and then others. The chart above shows just how often the US dollar is traded in the Forex market. It is on one side of a ridiculous 84.9% of all reported transactions. The dollar is king in the Forex market. You've probably noticed how often we keep mentioning US dollar. If the US dollar is 1/2 of every major currency pair, and the majors comprise 75% of all trades, then it's a must to pay attention to the US dollar. The US dollar is king. In fact, according to the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, the US dollar comprises roughly 64% of the world's official foreign exchange reserves, because almost every investor, business, and central bank own it. They pay attention to the US dollar. There are also other significant reasons why the US dollar plays a central role in the Forex market. The United States economy is the largest economy in the world. The US dollar is the reserve currency of the world. The United States has the largest and most liquid financial markets in the world. The United States has a stable political system. The United States is the world's sole military superpower. The US dollar is the medium of exchange for many cross-border examples. For example, oil is priced in US dollars, also called petrodollars. So if Mexico wants to buy oil from Saudi Arabia, it can only be bought with US dollars. If Mexico doesn't have any dollars, it has to sell its pesos first and buy US dollars. Speculation in the Forex market. One important thing to note about the Forex market is that while commercial and financial transactions are part of the trading volume, most currency trading is based on speculation. Read that again. Most currency trading is based on speculation. In other words, most of the trading volume comes from traders that buy and sell based on intraday price movements. Most of the trading volume comes from traders that buy and sell based on intraday price movements. The trading volume brought about by speculators is estimated to be more than 90%. So we're first now finding out about trading volumes and where it comes from. I'm going to go ahead and make a special note about this so that we do understand, put it in the pop-up. Very important to understand. Read it again. Trading volume comes from traders that buy and sell based on intraday price movements. The trading volume brought about by speculators is estimated to be more than 90%. The scale of the Forex market means that liquidity, this is a glossary term by the way, you can notice that if we highlight now the word liquidity, it takes us immediately to the Forexpedia for liquidity. You'll notice that, so that's one way that you can use the BabyPips. The amount of buying and selling volume happening at any given time is extremely high because of liquidity. This makes it very easy for anyone to buy and sell currencies. From the perspective of a trader, liquidity is very important because it determines how easily price can change over a given time period. A liquid market environment like Forex enables huge trading volumes to happen with very little effect on price or price action. While the Forex market is relatively very liquid, the market depth could change depending on the currency pair and time of day. In our Forex trading sessions, part of the school, will tell you how the time of your trades can affect the pair you're trading. Once again, these are green trading sessions, okay? In the meantime, here are a few tricks on how you can trade currencies in gazillion ways. We even narrowed it down to 4. Okay, we'll take a little bit of a break. That takes us out of the module called Forex Market Size and Liquidity. And we'll make sure that we did put that in here. I think we did, market size and liquidity, yes. All right, and then we're down to the last one. This is the last module of what is Forex. The different ways to trade Forex. Because Forex is so awesome, traders come up with a number of different ways to invest or speculate in currencies. Among these, the most popular ones are spot Forex, currency futures, currency options, and currency exchange traded funds, or ETFs. Currency futures. Futures are contracts to buy or sell a certain asset at a specified price on a future date. That's why they're called futures. FX futures were created by the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, or the CME, way back in 1972 when bell-bottoms and platform boots were still in style. Since future contracts are standardized and traded on a centralized exchange, the market is very transparent and well regulated. This means that price and transaction information are readily available. Currency options. An option is a financial instrument that gives the buyer the right or the option, but not the obligation, to buy or sell an asset at a specified price on the option's expiration date. If a trader sold an option, then he or she would be obliged to buy or sell an asset at a specific price at the expiration date. Just like futures, options are also traded on an exchange such as the CME, the ICE, ICE, or the Philadelphia Stock Exchange. However, the disadvantage in trading FX options is that market hours are limited for certain options and the liquidity is not nearly as great as the futures or spot market. Currency ETFs. Exchange-traded funds, or ETFs, are the youngest members of the Forex world. A currency ETF offers exposure to a single currency or basket of currencies. Here's a list of the most popular traded currency ETFs. ETFs are created and managed by financial institutions who buy and hold currencies in a fund. Then they offer shares of the fund to the public on an exchange, allowing you to buy and trade these shares just like stocks. Like currency options, the limitation in trading currency ETFs is that the market isn't open 24 hours. Also, ETFs are subject to trading commissions and other transaction costs. Spot Forex. In the spot market, currencies are traded immediately or on the spot using the current market price. What's awesome about this market is its simplicity, liquidity, tight spreads, and round-the-clock operations. It's very easy to participate in this market since accounts can be opened with as little as $50. Not that we suggest you to do so. You'll learn why in our capitalization lesson. Aside from that, most Forex brokers usually provide charts, news, and research for free. In the School of Pipsology, when it comes to the specific ways to trade currencies, we'll be primarily talking about the spot Forex market. Okay. And then we would, if we moved on to the next module, we would be into another series here. So hold on. Let's make sure you can go through there. See. All right, next lesson. And we are still in preschool, and we will leave it at this because we're in another segment, another area, or another chapter. And it starts off with why trade Forex, advantages of Forex trading, why trade Forex, Forex versus stocks, why trade Forex, Forex versus futures. And so we'll get to that in another session. All right, so let's go to the YouTube, the pop out, the chat itself. I can do that. And that puts the very first module, or whatever, I have to figure out what the name of that is actually. And then we have to figure out how to go ahead and we'll stop screen sharing now. There we go. And done that, I'll go ahead and I'll get out of my windows. And we will, it's a pop-up, come over to our chart. And we are now at 31.85, so the price has moved about, what, $10 since we've been online. Let me go here, make sure that the YouTube, okay, we're still live. And then I'll put us on mute, which I already have done. And I'm pretty sure I can't, oh, 55 minutes, okay, so in an hour. So basically one chapter in an hour. Okay. All right, so I'll close it up. Thank you very much, especially to the replay viewers, to stop by and listen to BabyPips, learn cryptocurrency charting. This has been BeautyBubble. And as I say, I always bring my interest on the day of upload. I'm very interested in bringing this content to you. Generally, I talk about beauty, technology, financial markets, fashion, and books whenever I want to. And in this video, I was walking through the BabyPips.com website, the beginner's guide to FX trading, with a special focus on cryptocurrency charting. At the very end of this is all that what we're hoping that we'll be able to bring is that you'll have a little bit more conviction over the cryptocurrency charting. This is a rapid fire run through the course modules and how to navigate the site for maximum results. At times the video may be in audio only or pause for breaks approximately every 10 to 15 minutes. The content value, on a scale of 1 to 10, there has been no preparation or script written, and the quality of production is very low, so it has been pre-rated at a 2. We have no affiliation with BabyPips.com, and none should be implied by reference or tone of the video. My Bitcoin address is right there. You can thank me with BTC, as we say, and I have a full disclaimer about that this has been brought to you for entertainment and educational purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not your financial advisor. And of course, you should seek a professional financial advisor for any investment advisory services that you may need. Okay, so I think that does it. And thanks a lot. I'll get this one in the can. And I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and we will end it with showcasing the chart. And let me get over to screen share. And we'll do the application window and do the chart and share that and hide that and present to everyone. Okay, and that does that. I think that works. So if I keep this up long enough, I do believe that YouTube will pick up the visual. I hope so. Okay, so I'll just kind of let that run for a little bit. If you guys want, I'll put it on the 1 minute. Let's see what's going to happen here. So we're basically coming out of Ruby right now. The 8 is supporting the close. And so let's see if we're going to stay above where the 8 is supporting the close, or if we are going to be coming back and testing. Go back to the 15-minute. Okay, and the price is at 31.93, and we are down on the session 1.55%. And we'll go ahead and I'll take myself off of mic. All right, so enjoy the trade for the next maybe 15 minutes or so, and I'll be back with you with the next module. Thank you very much for listening. Okay, guys, so thank you very much, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye.